What is up, guys? The Ryan and Dave Show here today, and I have some breaking news. As you guys can see, this is not really breaking news, but this is basically a theory on how the Anacondrai were awakened. So, a couple weeks back, LEGO did release a trailer for their new and anticipated Season 4 Tournament of the Elements for the hit TV series LEGO Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu that airs on Cartoon Network. And so, as you guys can see, there is a book in that trailer. If you pause one of the clips, and you guys will see this book, and this looks very similar to that environment which we had Captain Soto in. And if you don't know who Captain Soto is, if you're not a really if you're just not really a Ninjago fan, then I'm gonna tell you all about Captain Soto. So Captain Soto was basically, a pirate captain that was ambitious and looking for power. And so, he wanted to find the Dark Island. So that's why, he was traveling all over Ninjago on the Black Bounty. And he was, searching for the Dark Island, which he never found. But, he also had, like, his own little captain's log. And we only saw Captain Soto in episode... I don't remember the episode numbers, but I do remember the episode names. It was, Pirates vs. Ninja. That was the second episode of the second season. I think actually that might have been episode 14, I believe. And then we had Ninja Ball Run, episode 16, I'm not sure about the numbers, but I guess that those are the episodes. But we only saw him in 2 episodes, and we never really seen him since. But as you guys can see, here is the skull ink holder. And I'm thinking that, if you have a bunch of feathers, right? And you have the wood, and it just looks like he would be on a ship. And so then, it kind of looks like that Captain Soto environment, if you will. So, basically, what I'm thinking is that, as you guys can see, here is a bunch of snakes, and I'm guessing that this is the Anacondrai. Because, as you guys all know, Captain Soto was very ambitious. And he wanted to, release a bunch of evil stuff to terrorize Ninjago. So he was looking for the Dark Island so that, he could find the Overlord, or just... I don't really know specifically why he wanted to look for the Dark Island. But we just know that he did. And so I'm guessing that somewhere in there, he also had a spell to reawaken the Anacondrai. Now, how would you do that? Well, if you guys remember in episode 14, I believe that is episode 15 that's exactly what it was. It was episode 15 of Pirates vs. Ninja. Garmadon did use his mega weapon, and he said that he wanted to reawaken the pirates. Then all of a sudden, from that little captain's log, the spell and words come out from the book into his mega weapon, and then all of a sudden he creates the pirates. I think that that's exactly what Pythor is going to do with that book when he finds it, and he will reawaken the Anacondrai. Now, how in the world would he do that? Well, if you guys don't know, back in Rebooted, the Overlord did want to find the remains of the golden weapons, and then he made his golden armor suit for the Golden Master, which is himself, and so he basically terrorized Ninjago with his golden armor mech thing. And so I'm thinking that, since Pythor was the only antagonist from the previous season that was actually at the scene for the battle for New Ninjago City, I feel like, because remember guys, Pythor was shrunk, and he was presumably eaten by Zane's falcon. But I do remember Cyrus Borg, the city's technology mogo. He did state that there was only temporary effects on that little pill that Pythor swallowed, and that those effects would last long enough for the ninja to defeat the Overlord. But Pythor swallowed it instead, so he became small. But remember that those are only temporary effects, and he's gonna grow larger in a little bit. And so I feel like after the New Ninjago battle for New Ninjago City, Pythor took the remains of the golden weapons. And so, after that, he also took Zane with him. And he went into some weird place, Chen's Island, presumably. And I'm thinking that he went to Chen's Island, and so he brought Chen Zane, because, I mean, he's the only one that was at the scene, at the battle for New Ninjago City. And so I feel like the reason why Zane isn't captured and imprisoned in Chen's prison is because of Pythor. I feel that Pythor brought Zane there. He could have found his remains somewhere in the city and, you know, just brought him to Chen's prison. He probably knew about that island, and I feel that Chen stayed and chose that particular island in Ninjago because it might be, you know, the island of the Anacondrai. You never know. And so, basically, I think that that island has, like, Anacondrai tombs under it or something like that. And so, Pythor presumably took this book and the golden weapons, and he said the spell in the book, and then the golden weapons reawakened the Anacondrai tribe. Because at this point in time, it's not really known how the Anacondrai will be awakened. I mean, we didn't even see the Anacondrai in any TV episode. So it's really hard to tell, but this is just my little theory on how the Anacondrai could have possibly been awakened. So, honestly, I'm going ahead with my theory, saying that it's possible, because, you know, Ninjago is all about twists and turns, and you never know what's going to happen. So, with that said, thank you guys for watching so much. If you do like the theory, and you like the video, please leave a like, as it does help me out a lot. And if you did not like the theory, and you don't like the video, please leave a dislike. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for the latest LEGO Ninjago news. And without further ado, guys, I'm going to set you guys on your merry way to continue doing what you're doing at this very moment. And without further ado, I'll see you all later. Ciao, guys.